What's going on, guys? Squeebs is back. Daily videos here for Fanduel, all things Fanduel. Videos are back for 2019. It's gonna be much better this year. Got a lot of good information on this slate tonight. I want to jump into that, but before I get to that, I want to make sure if I usually get daily videos down. If I can't get daily videos, Twitter will be in the description. I will post on there if I can't get a video between. Usually I can get a video between 12 and 3 o'clock every day before the slate starts. If I can't, I'll let you know my plays down below in my Twitter, and I'll let you know about that. We got a nice 6-game slate here tonight. We got 2 really good games that I love, and I'll get to those in a second. But let's start out game by game. Denver, Detroit is the first game here. Denver got a -170 line right now. 210 over under. I don't love this game. I don't. Detroit's not playing well right now. Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, I don't love them. Their prices are very overstated. I want to see what Drummond's is right now because him and Jokic, that's actually a good matchup. But Drummond at 93. I know a lot of people love Jokic today. He's got it to 11-3 now. I mean, he just put up 42 against Towns. Of course, he put 61 against the Rockets. I mean, everyone's just blown by the Rockets. Rockets big right now for Reed, Tucker. But yeah, I don't love Jokic and Drummond right now. I don't love this game. I don't like it. It would be intriguing. Millsap just got ruled questionable, so if he's out, that makes it a more intriguing play for Jokic. But I think I would fade that anyway and go either Lyles or Plumlee because those 2 guys off the bench play a lot of minutes anyway. And if Millsap's out, I know Gary Harris is already ruled out of this game, so that would be huge usage for Jokic and definitely a sleeper in Lyles and Plumlee there. So that would be interesting. Right now they got Monte Morris, Beasley, Barton, Millsap, and Jokic starting lineup, but that could change as Jamal Murray's game time decision and Millsap is game time decision. So that's interesting. So for this game, my only interests are probably Lyles and Plumlee if Millsap is ruled out. We won't get that news till later, but we will get it before lock though, so that's definitely some good news there as it's a 7 o'clock game. Let's move on to the next game, Atlanta, Washington, a game I absolutely love tonight. I love this game so much. Two teams that play at a fast pace. The line's not that bad. Definitely it's -4 right now for Washington. But over/under at a 233 right now. I absolutely love this game. Let's get into the plays I like for Atlanta first, and that's John Collins and Dwayne Dedmon. People absolutely smashed the Wizards bigs. Thomas Bryant, they got Otto listed at starting 4 right now. I think John Collins will absolutely smash him tonight. Another guy that could go off tonight is Trae Young, who his price has jumped a little bit at 7,600. But last few games he's been averaging 22 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. He just had 43 Fanduel points, 46 Fanduel points. He's playing at an absolutely absurd pace right now. But his price a little scares me, so I'd have to really think about that one because there's a lot of good point guards that I like at a cheaper price, which I'll get into later. But yeah, I absolutely love John Collins. I absolutely love Dwayne Dedmon here. A lot of people are going to go up to Jokic at center tonight. I usually like paying down at center because I feel like centers are always the slate breakers. You know, there's the guys that get 20 rebounds or 4 blocks or whatever it may be. I really like Dwayne Dedmon tonight. Definitely a lock for me, Dwayne Dedmon. On the Washington side, I did like Sato at the beginning of me looking at this and checking things out. Satoransky really took a shot in my eye, but that price at 6,500 on FanDuel is absolutely absurd. A guy that's not even getting over 30 half the time. He had 45 against the Spurs 3 games ago, but just 31, 17, and 21 in the last 3 games doesn't really spark my eye. I talked about I like some point guards at the low range. So Trae Young and Satoransky, I'm not really on tonight with those high prices. I absolutely love Bradley Beal tonight at 9,300. Definitely should be a guy that's over 10K. I know he's not hitting 50 all the time, but this is a guy that could get 60 off the bat on a night like this, especially against the Hawks. A very good matchup against the Hawks tonight. I love Bradley Beal at 9,300. Let's move on. Bucks and Brooklyn, a game that I think is going to go under the radar tonight and absolutely shouldn't because these two offenses are absolutely on a crazy trail right now. Eric Bledsoe is game time decision. That's definitely going to be a big thing if he's out tonight, because that opens up Brogdon and Middleton's usage up a little bit and absolutely sparks Giannis's. I love Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. He's definitely the guy that I want to put my lineups. I want to start my lineups with him and Bradley Beal tonight. Two guys I want to pay up for. Giannis is just playing very well right now. He's the only guy on this slate besides James Harden that I could actually see myself paying up for. But I mean, Chris Paul's playing tonight, so that really stumps James Harden's price tag. But yeah, Giannis at only 11.6 definitely can definitely get you 60. Could get you 70 if he can get those steals and blocks. He just had 51 against the Wizards and only had 1 steal, no blocks, and he had 5 turnovers. So definitely could get 60 easily tonight against Brooklyn. Another guy, I talked about Dwayne Dedmon in the centers going down tonight on center. Brook Lopez has been an absolute terror, but they have really raised that price tag. That really hurts me to play him tonight. He's at 6,400 Fanduel price. But he just put 40 on the Wizards, a.k.a. I like Dwayne Dedmon against the Wizards tonight. But he's been playing really well lately. 40, 26, 20, 30, 34, definitely hitting those threes. But he's a guy you'd have to take a risk on tonight, because if he's not hitting those threes and he's not getting those steals and he's not playing well early in the game, and he ends up with getting you like 25, 26 points, which he usually gets you before this huge... you usually get to like 27, 30 fantasy points. If he's not playing well, at 65, 400 price tag is going to be really hard to get to. But definitely a guy you can look at, because he's playing Brooklyn, a very good matchup tonight. So yeah, I mean, Brook Lopez is definitely a risk, but high reward tonight if he can go off against the Brooklyn big man, who teams tend to do that. So Brook Lopez, Dwayne Dedmon, definitely my sleepers at center tonight. Let's move on to the next game. Brooklyn. I've got to talk about Brooklyn players, but there really isn't much exposure there for me. I don't like any of these price tags. Not many people are out. Jared Dudley's game time decision, Joe Harris game time decision. So I could definitely see myself going D'Angelo Russell if Joe Harris is out, because that opens up a little more usage for him. Napier's price has jumped a little bit. He's almost at 6K. That's a little out of range for me for a guy that doesn't even start. I know starting doesn't really matter, but for me, if you're not out there starting and you don't get in a good groove and you're a 6K price tag, that's a little much for me to pay a point guard tonight. Indiana New Orleans is a game that people, Pelicans, fast-paced team, all these good. Pelicans don't have anyone playing tonight. You got Elfrid Payton out, Julius Randle out, Etuan Moore out. Indiana's been playing terribly lately since Victor Oladipo went down. This game does not spark any interest for me. The only thing I can think about are those guys on the Pelicans that are low-priced and get good usage. Ever since these guys have been out, I don't like Drew Holiday. He's a little too expensive for me tonight in a game that just doesn't spark any interest to me. Both teams are bad in pace as of right now. You'd think the Pelicans are good in pace, but lately they haven't been very well. I didn't like Miles Turner early in the day, but that matchup with Jahlil Okafor kind of scares me, and his price tag has been a little up lately. He's been playing pretty well. The only guy that I can think about playing is Frank Jackson or Tim Frazier on the Pelicans, because I really like those price tags. I 3,900 and 4K for Tim Frazier. If I had to pick one, I think I would go towards Frank Jackson, because I'm kind of a minutes guy. Frank Jackson usually starts, he gets like 30. He played 42 minutes last game against the Spurs. Played 21 against Denver, 23 against Houston, 26 against the Spurs. I kind of like that. You could go Frazier. I think Jackson's going to be a little higher owned, but I don't mind that, because the drop on FanDuel really helps you out, because you can play these low price guys, and one of them is going to be your drop anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. I could play both of them a point guard tonight, but there's a sleeper for me later in this video that I'm going to talk about a point guard, so I'd only go one of them. I think if I had to pick one, it'd be Frank Jackson. So that's the only guy on this game I really have an interest in. Let's move on to Houston Phoenix. Over under the 227 right now. Chris Paul is playing tonight, so that really hurts James Harden. James Harden just put up 90 fantasy points. With Chris Paul in, he put up 54. So I don't love that at all, because he's putting up 30-point points, and he's only getting 54, 60, 60, 46. He put up 95 against the Knicks. That was insane. But no, I don't. He's 13-8 on FanDuel. I don't like that because I can go down here and get Beal for 9K, Drew Holiday for 9K, who I don't like, and then Booker, who I'm going to talk about in a second, at 9K against James Harden, who absolutely doesn't play any defense because he's got to have all that energy for his offensive game. But yeah, I don't really love anyone in Houston. Over is really high tonight, but the Houston's too spread out now with Eric Gordon back, Chris Paul back. It just doesn't make any sense for me to play any of them. Phoenix, I do have an intriguing option on Devin Booker because his price tag did go up, but he's got the matchup of the night against the Houston Rockets, and this game could go all the way deep, or it could be a blowout. If Booker's not playing well, it could be a blowout, but if he is playing well, he's going to put up 60 fantasy points. So definitely look out for him to be, could be a slate breaker tonight, but definitely has a high risk because he could definitely put up 30 fantasy points, or he could put up 60 fantasy points. It just depends how his shooting's going tonight. Let's move on to the last game of the night. My favorite game of the night is San Antonio, Sacramento. Over-under's at a 229, which I really think this could be a 240. Anyone against Sacramento is definitely a high-paced team. Could really go off on them tonight. Derek White is ruled out. Dante Cunningham is game-time decision, which doesn't really affect anyone besides Davis Bertans and Rudy Gay. But yeah, Derek White's a big loss for them. I really think he's been playing well for them this season. Definitely been helping their team out. But that opens up usage for Bryn Forbes and Patty Mills. I love me some Patty Mills tonight. Everyone is looking at Bryn Forbes because he's going to start. And you know me, I like starters, I like minutes, but Patty Mills has definitely been playing well for them lately, and his price tag is only at a 4,100 on FanDuel. And he's been playing pretty well. He played 22 minutes, 30 minutes, 26. I definitely think he's going to be the sleeper of the night, and he's going to go unowned because people are looking for Bryn Forbes and Rudy Gay type players. But my slate breaker of the night is DeMar DeRozan. I absolutely love DeMar DeRozan tonight. I think he's going to have a great game. He had 30 fantasy points against the Pelicans and 33 against Brooklyn, but I think he's definitely in for a 70 burger tonight. If not DeRozan, I think Aldridge has a good matchup, but his price is a little too high for me, 9,500. But definitely could do some damage. But for me, it's DeRozan on the Spurs. I mean, this man has been on an absolute tear. He's under 8K on FanDuel, and the Kings are giving up 41 FanDuel points per game to shooting guards this season, and that's absolutely the place that I want to be for DeMar DeRozan. His production has been absolutely high this season. He's definitely been a sleeper in my mind. I like his price at 7,800. Definitely a place I want to be for tonight. Okay, that's basically it for the game-by-game descriptions. I want to go through point guards position-wise and talk about my favorite plays at the position so you guys know exactly who I like. Let's go through point guard first. I talked about sleepers that I liked. I just talked about Patty Mills. I like Frank Jackson, so those are definitely two guys that I want in my lineups. If you don't want to go down and you want to pay up a point guard, my thought process would have been Trae Young because he's got a good match against the Wizards. I talked about that game. I really like that game. Washington, Atlanta, and Spurs, Sacramento, definitely my favorite two games tonight. So if you want to stack the Atlanta game, definitely go Trae Young. Shooting guard I talked about earlier, I love Bradley Beal. Definitely a spot to fade James Harden tonight because there's a lot of good guys you can go down here at 9K. Beal, Booker, and definitely DeMar DeRozan under 8K is absolutely absurd for him against a team that's giving up over 40 fantasy points a game to shooting guards. So definitely pay up your shooting guards tonight. If you're looking to pay down, look for Jamal Murray to be out. If he's out, Morris is almost at 6K, but I'd probably go down to 5,800 there, so I don't love that. Where's Beasley? They got Beasley at 49K. I definitely like that better than the 5,800 price tag on Monte Morris. So yeah, definitely a shooting guard. I love DeRozan, Booker, Beal. At small forward, I think this position is a little tough for me outside of Giannis because I absolutely love Giannis tonight. So I think he's going to be one of those guys that's getting you 60 or above. I think he's the stud to pay up for, other than James Harden. I don't like James Harden tonight. I like Giannis. If you want to go down at small forward, I do think Rudy Gay has a little bit of a good matchup and definitely could be a sleeper tonight that goes unowned. Another guy that I love is Darius Miller, who I didn't talk about in the Pelicans game because he's going to be kind of chalky. But, I mean, he's still under 5K, and that's actually a very good price for him because he's not usually going to get you over 25, but he gets you around 20, 25, and that's something I want from a guy like that. Power forward, I liked Aldridge until I looked at his price tag at $9,500, and that's a little too much for me. I talked about John Collins. He's got a really good price tag at under 8K. A guy that just put up 58 fantasy points on 38 minutes against the Suns. He's been on a tail this season. I think he could be definitely noted for a most improved player. I love him a lot tonight at under 8K. Another power forward that strikes my interest is Trey Lyles if Millsap sits, because he's game time decisions, and if he sits, that's definitely some intriguing. Kyle Lowry is doubtful for Tuesday. Okay, well, that doesn't help me tonight. Trey Lyles, definitely a good play tonight if Millsap is out, like his sleeper potential. Center, I talked about Jokic 11-3, definitely a person you could pay out for tonight, but not somewhere I want to be. I want to be down there with the Brook Lopez's and Dwayne Dedmon, a guy that I absolutely love tonight under 6K. Could strive to get you 40 tonight if he gets those blocks and steals. Love Dwayne Dedmon tonight. Lock him in your lineups. Okay, sleeper of the night, Patty Mills, no question about it. That man is going to absolutely go off the bench. He's going to come in. Bryn Forbes is not going to be the guy you want in your lineups tonight. He's scoring dependent, and that's something I do not like to go for. Patty Mills, 4,100. Love him tonight. Slate breaker stud of the night is none other than DeMar DeRozan, 7,800 against Sacramento, a team that's giving up 40-plus points a game to shooting guards. That's where I want to be tonight. DeMar DeRozan, as you can see, the Spurs side, something I love tonight, and I think is going to go unnoticed in that 10 o'clock late game against the Kings. That's basically it for tonight's slate. If I have any changes or any news comes out about Jamal Murray, Millsap, guys like that, I will put it on my Twitter. And if I have updated plays that I like, I'll also post that on Twitter. DKS Answer Key. I'll put that in the description, and I'll also post on Twitter tomorrow or any other day if I cannot post a video. I will usually post a video every day before the slate starts, depending on what kind of slate it is. But yeah, definitely check the Twitter out. We post up daily. We post basically how we do every night, and if any providers do well, we post those as well. If you want my full answer key, if you want my full cheat sheet, hit my DMs in the Twitter, and we can get that set up for you. But yeah, that's basically what we got for tonight. If you have any questions, hit the link in the description, hit my Twitter, DFS Answer Key, and we will help you out. Good luck, guys, and let's go hunting.